YouTube vertical live on my channel. Hopefully you're getting me loud and clear, and hopefully you can see this, hear this, and thanks a lot for being here, and thanks a lot for all of you who are going to join later on. First of all, as always, if you're a new viewer on my channel, please check out the rest of my content. Please check out my other videos, shorts, tutorials on many different things, most of all related to gaming, and hopefully you will find these videos interesting. If you do, please consider subscribing to my channel. However, this video is all about Silksong, or Hollow Knight Silksong, the game that recently came out and completely crushed it at its launch with so much popularity and so many people checking in, not just into the hype of the marketing machine behind the game, but also the game itself. But at the same time, it opened up an interesting debate around the difficulty level in the game itself, and how different segments of the gaming community appear to think about difficulty, and how do they approach difficulty in not just games that they're playing, but also in the games that they're interested in. So in the case of Silksong, Hollow Knight, the original Hollow Knight game that came out nearly 10 years ago, back in 2017, if I'm not mistaken, the idea was to create a 2D platformer, a Metroid 2D platformer, that is using all of the elements of a Souls-like game, meaning very difficult progression, very difficult boss fights, and very difficult process of advancing through the game, of advancing from the start until the very end. Now, of course, Hollow Knight is a classic, and Silksong was in production for many years. And Team Cherry, the development team behind the game, immediately set out to create a very similar experience in terms of its difficulty. So it was known that Hollow Knight is going to be a very difficult and challenging game, like the original. So Silksong kind of aimed to do very much the same. However, during the process of development and during the process of promotion, the game grew definitely much larger than it was the case with the original Hollow Knight. And it managed to attract a very big audience that is basically coming from the casual gaming domain. Those are gamers who are very much interested in the visuals, in the storyline, in the overall experience of Hollow Knight Silksong, not just the difficult element or the process of progression. Hi everybody, I see that a lot of you just joined up. Thanks a lot for being here. I'm talking about Hollow Knight Silksong, its difficulty, and I would love for you to join in as well. Itzao, hi to you as well. Thanks for being here. Hopefully this will be interesting. If any of you are playing Silksong, please let me know what you think about its difficulty levels and the overall experience that you're having. So with that larger casual audience, all of those people basically poured into the game after launch. Some of them played the game demo, but most of them didn't. And the debate immediately opened up. Why is the game so hard? Why is it so hard for casual players to find a means to kind of get into the game that is easier, that has a smaller amount of friction, and that is less frustrating? And the answer is, like it always was from the developers and the rest of the community: get good, or get better in the game you're playing, figure out how to be better at it, present that process to yourself during your process of playing, and simply improve your skills, improve your reaction times, improve your strategy, improve everything, and just simply, quote unquote, get to the point where you can beat the game. However, that's the same process clashes with those kind of sentiments that simply say, hey, I want to have a title that I want to enjoy. I want to have a game that is enjoyable to play, that has some level of challenge, but not an insane level of challenge. And I simply want to start playing it, play it for some time, and finish it up. I want to have that unified, wholesome experience of, for example, watching a film or reading a comic book or playing some other game that you start, play, and thus end. For many people, there is no way of doing that. There is no easy means of approaching Silksong where you're casually playing the game and casually finishing it. Now, for the hardcore Souls-like community, those people have nothing to look for in the game of Silksong quality, type, and caliber, let's call it like that. However, for many outside of that community or that form of thinking about game development and game design, this was basically gatekeeping. This was saying to people, hey, you're simply not good enough or not the proper gamer for this type of content. Now, there is no easy solution to that dilemma. There is no easy answer how everyone can be satisfied. For many, the idea is to have a scalable difficulty level, which many games have already. However, that kind of clashes with the idea of Souls-like games where you don't want to have scalable difficulty, you want to have something that is set. Slobodane, hi. Hi, great to see you. I see that you just got included. Hopefully, this will be interesting too. Big thanks for saying hi. Hi back to you as well. And we're talking about Silksong difficulty. If you're playing Silksong, I would love to hear what you think of it, and I would love to hear what you think of its difficulty level. Thanks a lot. I'm glad that you like my hairstyle. It's completely natural. I didn't do a lot on it, but thanks a lot. Puna, hi to you as well. Hi for joining in. We're talking about Silksong, Hollow Knight Silksong, and its difficulty levels, the debate around the difficulty levels. So if any of you are playing it, I would love to hear what you think. So adding simply difficulty levels that are interchangeable, or you can switch it up or place them on any kind of setting that you like. And that is a possibility, but at the same time, a lot of the community members from the Souls-like genre do not enjoy that approach. Thanks, Slobodan. Natural, always better, I agree. So, what is the answer? Well, there is no answer actually. There is no final debate resolution to the difficulty level of Silksong. The idea is that gamers need to kind of have that ability to understand what are their appeals and what are their turn-offs in terms of game design and approaches. In theory, we could have AI systems that change difficulty dynamically, and some games are even using it. So you start playing it, and based on your playstyle, on your skill, on your ability, the AI system is tweaking how difficult the game is. But that completely kind of turns off that agency from the developers who want to present a particular type of experience. Some games are meant to be difficult in some aspects. Other games are meant to be difficult in other aspects, like involvement of time, involvement of effort, involvement of planning, and so forth. If we have a unified approach, which says basically, however you play, the AI system adjusts the game towards your playstyle or kind of trends that it's noticing, we're losing that agency of the developers. We're losing the art element of the game design. It's like having a film, a motion picture, a movie that adapts to your interests and kind of overall sensibility. And in that case, it's not a movie at all. It's basically your browsing history. It's a way how you get the things that you're looking for. In art, that is a way how you kind of turn down the dial of the same art and basically provide players with a mirror, or viewers, or anyone who's enjoying it. You simply present a mirror, and in that mirror, players, viewers, readers, whoever, see whatever they want to see. It's okay to have systems like that, but it's not a solution to the issue what is too difficult, what is not difficult enough. Instead, it is kind of this path of combining art and agency of the developers into something that they believe provides that appeal towards their audience. They may be right, they may be wrong, they may be hitting some audience members directly with the wants and their needs, they may be missing other completely. But the point is that it's not possible to have a unified one-size-fits-all system for everybody. And doing it would actually provide nothing to everyone, more or less. Instead, it would just provide a mimicry of something that you think you want, but you would actually, chances are, pretty quickly get bored with it or get super frustrated with it. The point is that some games need to frustrate you, some games will be boring to you, but you're searching actively for the things that provide you with that ideal combo, whatever that ideal combo might be for you. And that's basically my point for this debate related to Hollow Knight Silksong. Hopefully this makes sense. I would love to hear what you think about all of this. A big thanks to everyone who has been chiming in. So it's Slobodan. There's also Isato, if I'm reading it correctly, and Puna. A big thanks to all of you for being here, letting me know that you're here, and big thanks for watching. And of course, everyone else, thanks for being here. If you didn't play, try out Silksong. If you played it, I would love to hear what you think about it. And of course, continue searching for games that do it for you. Also, if you're first time viewer on my channel, please consider supporting my channel through a like on this video or through checking out my other content, checking out my tutorials, checking out my podcast episodes, checking out my YouTube shorts, my previous lives. All of that is on my channel. So please take a look, and if you like it, subscribe. That's all for me. Have a great day. Have loads of fun in the games that you're playing, and I'll see you on my next YouTube Vertical Live broadcast. Until then, goodbye everybody.